Hello guys, and welcome to another Red Life Studio episode. Please subscribe and give me a like, and share my videos if you're enjoying them. Also, feel free to leave me a comment below. Now let's begin with today's stories.
My cheating ex called me 2.5 years later. My 31M ex-girlfriend, 29F, found me and wanted to hang out, but I just ignored her after she broke my heart. Backstory: in 2015, I met this woman at college, let's call her Casey. We had so many things in common and we instantly got close. She asked me out and it was a wonderful relationship, or so I thought. We had dreams together, sent X-rated pics once in a while, we do a lot of stuff together, not sex yet. In 2019, Christmas time, I was going to propose to her after I give her parents and siblings gifts. I even gave her mom, who hates me, a gift. Casey works at the hospital, so she'll get out work later, or so I thought. 5 p.m. she didn't come to her parents' place, but I came and decided to give everyone gifts. When I give her younger sister, 20F, let's call her Sherry, a laptop, she cries and hugged me because she always wanted one for school. Casey's father a new barbecue grill. Moments later, Sherry told me I couldn't contain it anymore and cried harder. I asked, "What's the matter?" She immediately grabbed me to her room and her father came along as well. Sherry kept saying "I'm sorry" so many times. I was confused on why. She then showed me a pregnancy test and told me that it belongs to Casey. I completely lost it and wanted to know why and how long was the affair. Sherry informed me that the affair happened in the beginning of 2019. While I was working a lot at my factory job, she goes to see him. Makes matters worse is that Casey's mom was the one who showed the AP to Casey. Apparently in the month of November, Casey found out she's pregnant and she begged Sherry not to tell anyone after Sherry found the test. When she told me everything, my world came crashing down and I decided to leave. But before I left, I thanked Sherry and her father, let's call him Max. Max apologized and said that if I leave he would completely understand. We shook hands and I said thank you. I just looked at Casey's mom and I then left my ex's house, just drove away and didn't look back. Max and Sherry got furious with Casey's mom, let's call her Jane. Around 7 p.m. Christmas time, I informed my family on what happened and they all comforted me. 11 p.m. my phone began blowing up with phone calls and text messages of my ex saying she can explain. I didn't answer back. I changed my number, deleted my social media and changed my email. As much as I want closure, I didn't want to see her face. Fast forward to mid of 2020, one of my friends informed me that the AP who got Casey pregnant ran away after he found out he's the father, karma. And they're looking for him. I simply said, who cares? Fast forward to last month, I see a number I never seen before. I answered and it was my ex. My ex begged me to talk her and possibly give her a chance at my favorite restaurant. I responded, why should I after you did what you did? She rambled on and I just ignored her because I don't want to go through the same pain that she had put me through. Casey began gaslighting me and her friends, and her mom called me a coward for not seeing her again. I told Jane, you have the audacity to say that after what you've done. She rambled on. I just hanged up and blocked Jane and my ex's number. I informed her friends what happened and they left me alone. Comment 1. This was a satisfying story. Don't give her the satisfaction. Just like in that phone call, if you ever meet up, she'll just try to gaslight you or anything else to make it seem like it's somehow your fault. Let her wallow in her self-pity while you move on to better things. You dodged one hell of a bullet. Next story. Cheating ex-GF got help for her issues and wants me back. I, 25M, met a girl, 24F, in high school and basically was in love with her at first sight. That's an oversimplification, it took time, but I realized I really liked her. After chasing and a lot of BS, she eventually gave me a chance in college. She was my first everything. We did vacation, trips, and she shaped me into who I am today. She has severe mental issues from a fucked up childhood because of her father, and I was one of the only people she told about that, including the horrible cheating that went on. Alcohol was abused, she was called names, and basically had a father that hated her, which caused anxiety on top of other issues, daddy issues. Over the last 2 years, things really went downhill between us. I caught her sending nudes to guys and most likely texting them, but was able to put that behind us because I was so in love. A few months later, she breaks up with me out of nowhere, but having some issues, chalked it up as anxiety and depression. Long story short, she cheated. To me, we didn't break up. To her, we did, on me with a close friend. I didn't handle this well and went crazy, to summarize quickly, but got out of it, thank God. This caused my core friends group to splinter, leaving me alone since sides were chosen and true colors were shown. After about 2 months, she reaches out to me emotional, apologizing, saying she had issues and made mistakes but wants to make right. For a few days, I contemplate taking her back, and in that time I see the person I fell for in the beginning. We reconcile, but the relationship was never the same. I kept my walls up and never trusted her again. There were times where things were totally normal, then other times where the lack of trust and newfound anxiety kicked in because where is she? Who is she with? Who's texting her? It wasn't healthy. Fast forward to this year, and those issues are still happening, but now we're talking less, texting less, and seeing each other less. I voice my concern, saying I'm not happy. I shouldn't see her only once every week or two, and it should be a lot more, especially in a 4+ year relationship. We should talk more and be better to each other, and it's always met with "let's be better" from her. Few months later and things don't improve, so I'm seriously thinking about ending things, but I'm still in love. One night she breaks up with me over text and calmly ask her why, for closure. She's not making sense, contradicting herself, and I can tell she's been drinking. So I decide to call her, and her other boyfriend responds. He says they've been talking for about 2 months, have been sleeping together multiple times a week, and a lot more. I warn the guy and leave it at that. She calls me the next day apologizing and stuff, and I end the conversation saying she needs help for her daddy issues, her cheating, being a pathological liar, and the multitude of other issues she had. Now single, I think about her daily but don't go crazy like I did previous, because I never fully committed again to protect myself. I take time being single to work on myself, figure out what I value in a relationship and things I can't have. I join dating apps but not in a rush to meet someone. A few days ago, a mutual friend reaches out and talks about my ex, hinting my ex wants to talk to me. My ex calls, but I refuse the call, only wanting to text, if anything. She texts me and it's me giving her closure, thank you for the good memories, and her apologizing for her actions. She tells me she realized she has problems, so she went to therapy and have resolved the issues I had with her communication, her alcohol use, her lying, and her cheating since she opened up about her past and the damage her father did to her. She wants me back, but understands it's probably too late, and while I thought I was over her and my brain says to move on, my heart wants to try again because she sought the help she needed. There are also more variables like friends knowing the dirty laundry, my parents and family. Is it dumb to go back? Before I would agree, but she sought help and can't believe she did that. Exes are exes for a reason, but if she fixed the reasons or made progress on them, does that count? TLDR, spent a third of my life with one girl and she's cheated on me multiple times, is a pathological liar, and made my life hell for 2 years until it ended with more cheating. She has daddy issues from her childhood and went to therapy to fix them. Do I give her another chance? Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit like. If you would like to see more, feel free to subscribe.